So Bernie, would you like to start by sharing why you decided to join the team?
Why did I start to join the team? I don't know if I actually did decide to join the team, to be honest, because if anyone has met Alison Mackenzie, they will know that there is an enthusiasm and a contagion around her, particularly when she's had a light bulb idea. So I just happened to be around Alison shortly after she'd had that light bulb idea, and I heard myself say, I'll help, before I even had thought it through. And I know there's a story, I didn't actually realise where we were going, but I just knew I wanted to be part of that infectious enthusiasm and the impact that I realised, to build a school is something that not many people can imagine being able to do in the UK. You can't raise funds in 18 months to build a school, or certainly not someone with my means. So to be able to do that just felt, a voice inside me just said yes. So yeah, the decision was made for me, and it was largely to do with the contagion, and also I guess it aligned with my values as a person. My grandfather was a hugely influential character to me. He was always doing things like this in Ireland, and it was something that I knew that I wanted to take forward into my life more, so I probably had set that intention at the same time. And it's an example of it's a win-win, because we raised the money, we built the school, we've been able to come and experience Cambodia, which I've never been to before, and you're just learning about yourself and the world all the way through. So I know that this trip will affect many other decisions that I'm going to make going forward. So yeah, be careful what you wish for.
And so what has that journey been like for you? I suppose firstly in terms of that fundraising piece, mm-hmm. and what we did ahead of coming out here.
Yeah, so it was I was scared, I have to say. I heard myself say yes, and then the fear kicked in and the doubt kicked in, and I was like, oh my God, well, how can I possibly do that? And it brought up a lot of fears about being able to deliver. But actually, overall, there was so much, and by saying yes to things like this, you are exposing your vulnerabilities, and actually that was a really powerful thing of being able to have to share. I'm scared, share, I don't know if I can do it, share, be open and accountable. And every step of the way, Alison was, just so full of compassion and so full of teamwork and understanding, and everyone was then sharing the same thing. So we realized as a team we were all going to support each other, and it just seemed to miraculously happen, and it was really actually much easier than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, it was really, it was like, oh my God, we've done it. So
and we visited the school yesterday.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about that? Talk us through that.
Very humbling experience, actually. For me, it kind of brought back lots of memories of growing up in Northern Ireland with the parish and school, mm-hmm. and the community, and that sense of effort. So we obviously left the hotel, travelled 3 hours to get there. All that time we were travelling, the day before, people were preparing food, people were setting out furniture. There were obviously there were Buddhist monks there. There were officials there. All the parents were there, and it just was quite overwhelming and really, really humbling. And they were so welcoming, and I'm sort of thinking, we haven't done, we're just a normal bunch of people from a small part of Scotland, but because of the way that it's set up and the partners that you have, that Alison has, the impact's huge. I mean, it's huge. There were, something like 600 people there yesterday, and yeah, it was incredible, really humbling, and wonderful to see with your own eyes where that money's gone, and that it's going to, affect 2 or 3 generations, if not more. So yeah, it's really, really cool.
Oh, brilliant. And so if there was one thing you would like to say to people thinking about doing something like this, whether or not it's with me or for themselves, what would you say?
I would say, listen to that voice inside of you, just trust your inner wisdom. It will share, this is a beautiful line, that universe will take you exactly where you need to be. You will have fears afterwards. The key thing is to voice those fears, not to keep them in, and every step of the way just be honest about where you're at and what you're feeling and what you're concerned about, and ask the questions, and just allow yourself to be guided. I don't think it's a decision we should ever make from our heads, and you'll have more fun than you realise. And yeah, it's so far already, it's just been way beyond what I imagined, so it's been really great.
Thank you so much, Bernie, and thank you for being part of the team.
Oh, my total pleasure. Thank you, Alison.